this is your propane detector. All right.
Okay.
So, you know your smoke alarms, how they run out of battery and they give you that chirp?
Yes.
This is hardwired to your battery. All right. So it'll also give you that chirp
Okay.
saying, hey, you're low on batteries. If it is going more than once,
Really
that
low.
window or that door, get out.
Oh.
Emergency
Okay.
exit.
Okay.
You don't want a propane leak or anything like that.
So, I'm sorry, you said if it's slow, it's a battery signal. Is it constant or is it rapid beep?
So if it is, if you have a low battery, it'll give you that quick chirp saying, hey, you're low on battery. But if it is going continuously, that's saying you need to get out of this coach immediately.
And then I'm assuming we'll be going over where the propane shutoffs are out there.
Exactly.
And is there a test button? Is that what this is?
Mm-hmm.
So you just hit that, I get the chirp. Okay.
That's what you'll hear.
Is it constant?
It is constant.
So if it's a real gas thing, that is a constant thing, and that's get out. Okay.
They make that noise very loud and annoying for a specific reason.
Okay.
Good to know.
Okay.
All right.
Lights around. Where's the light switch for this underlighting?
So
Or maybe we're not to the tour yet.
it's your island light right here.
And that's the only switch for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's the only light switch I see right there, right? That's for the table. So most things are.
There's one up there as well. You're gonna be working off that panel a lot. And
Yeah, that's good. So, but there aren't any lights that aren't controlled by the panel.
Except for those.
Oh, these three are on the same
These
switch.
ones,
No,
no,
those are
these are
push lights.
touch.
Oh, all right.
There's a little thing in the middle.
Okay. This is so these are the opening piece. That's all that is, just a latch. And if you want the screen, you got to grab it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so the smaller ones are like a two-hand deal. Okay.
Exactly. All right, all
Did you
right.
see anything that you have questions about? Devin?
Nope.
Just wait. Right down here. This is your fuse panel. They are all labeled.
Oh, nice. That's really nice.
I would suggest getting a couple of these for the road. They're regular.
How many are
automotive.
there? 15. They're all 15s. What are those big boys on the end?
.30 amp, 14 volt. It says 11 or 30 amp, and then 14 volt.
But
And the others are 15.
everything is right there.
That's awesome.
You need any more? Okay. just gotta double check.
And while we are over here doing that, oh, other side. There we go.
They are also all labeled. Please watch your shoulder and your head and your elbows.
Oh, that's the breaker box.
Yep. That locks in place just like that. All right. Any questions on those?
Oh, so that screw tells me that that doesn't open, right? This doesn't open, right? Must be something. Yeah, that's what that screw is.
Yeah. So that's gonna be. If you ever need to, it's the back of your hot water heater.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever need to, you'll also see there's a main area for it when we get out there.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So real quick, right here. That is your fan. So you can change the speed by pressing on multiple times. You kick up a little bit more. You can change if you want the vent open or closed or off. It'll turn off the fan and close it for you. You have the vent covers up there. You can keep them open until you want to close them. All right, it'll keep it out of the rain. You can keep it on while you drive.
Okay.
Gonna get a lot of air in here. This, I'm gonna have you stand up here and get a little bit more for it. This is gonna be your air conditioner. So, this is your furnace, this is your fan, this is your dry air, and this is your cool. So, change the fan speed to high, give it a second. That is your air conditioner right now. When we get in there, it's going to be a lot easier to show what that's going to do. You can change the fan speed to automatic, low, or high. Obviously, when you go to, oh man, I missed it. The fan, you can just turn on the fan. It's just going to bring in extra air for you to get a little circulation in here. If it's not too already hot in here, that's going to be the best function. Your dry air is pretty much exactly what you think. It's like that dehumidifier. It's going to push out dry air. It's going to still kick on your compressor to push out air. If it is nice and humid in here, dry air is going to be the best thing for you, all right?
Better than air, the AC you're saying?
The AC is going to be amazing, but if it is like wet in here, that's going to get you it dry quicker.
Okay.
The air conditioner still, it's not going to dry anything out. It's just going to still make it cold. All right.
So that's like you woke up in the morning and you had your windows open and there's a lot of dew and moisture and it's super moist in here.
You want to dry it out so you're not messing up your walls or anything like that. It's the best way to do it.
And I'm assuming that if that actually happened, you'd want to close all the windows that were open, then dry it out, and then
Exactly.
figure out what you want to do. Okay.
But then your heat. So wait for it to kick on. 77. It has to be set to hotter than it is in here.
Or it won't come on.
Exactly. Your furnace is all of the black vents that you see around.
Yeah.
That is going to be pushing out of there. So right in here you have one right there. It'll get a little warm in here. Sometimes they have them directly next to your leg, so you get hot while you're going to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Okay.
But other than that, to switch it over or turn it off, you're going to hold it down. A big thing, you heard that kick on real quick and turn right back off. Your furnace is still running, even though everything's off. It has a cool down cycle for itself. Just let it do its thing, it'll turn off.
Okay.
Alright.
It blows the heat off till it cools down. Okay.
You do have a light switch right there.
For
You
what?
have right here, and this little light area looked right at it too.
So these are the air.
Mm-hmm.
The furnaces are down. They're down. The heat comes out down below.
Exactly.
And what about the dry air thing?
So that's going to come right out of your air conditioner as well.
Just like the fan.
Mm-hmm. So everything's going to run off that except for your furnace.
So these ports are air, speaker, air, smoke detector.
This is actually carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide. Okay.
I think your smoke detector might be in there. It's probably in here as well. So, in here real quick, it's going to make a lot more sense. Right here, this is your air dump. See? It's pushing all that air down right now. The second you close that, it is now going through a runway through your entire coach. That's why you'll feel air coming out of here. If you are like, wow, it's hot in here, I need some cool air immediately, just like that. All right?
But if that's closed, it goes through
The entire coach. So all
just
these,
this front one.
both of them. So you can close both of these and still have multiple air conditioners pumping out air, or you can just have one and it's still pushing out air.
How do you run just one air conditioner at a time? Oh, this is its own unit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does say furnace on here. It doesn't have, you don't have a second furnace.
Okay.
So just disregard this one.
This is purely for the AC.
Exactly. It still has the dry temperature.
And a
As,
fan.
yeah, exactly.
And why do you think there's so much condensation up there?
Oh, it's nice and humid outside. So, guess what? Set it to dry.
Okay. So that shouldn't be happening if we were actually running it, right? That's just because there's
is.
moisture in here. right?
Exactly. Right here. Storage.
That's a storage.
Thankfully, they have the gas shocks on them, so you don't have to put too much effort into actually like lifting it up. But bringing it down, nice and easy. Just, I would always hold it. You just
Don't let it
want to
slide.
be exactly. Right there, you have a TV backer location. I'll tell you right now, it could be any size. I have no idea. The techs have no idea.
Okay.
You do have your cable and satellite connections right up there, as well as your outlets. You've got, always remember whoever has this side, they have a step, so be careful.
Yep.
But then you have your storage on this side as well. You have your outlets, a USB and USB-C up here, as well as your outlets on that side. These are going to be those press lights. You do have 2 light switches right there. So it's going to be your little night light down there and your main lights up here.
Where's the switches for this bedside lights on the side? Right there. Okay.
All right?
And the outlet up there, is that like if you wanted to have a fan and that's on that shelf of that slide?
Yeah. I would always suggest taking it, like unplugging it first. You don't want anything to catch and then kind of like fall.
Right.
But storage. Whole bunch of that. You have a nice big furnace vent right here as well. Right there. Storage. Beautiful closet. Right here.
Oh, that's the travel lamp.
Exactly. Stuff like this is going to be your tie downs. So you see this extra knob, you'd be like, why do I have that? I can just take it like that. It just gives you an extra little leverage for you. But then this has a little magnet. Remember, it's a little bit of pressure behind it, so you might have to pull a little bit.
Okay.
All right? All right, your bathroom. So I'm gonna come here. Another tie down. You do not want to replace this. Door, fine, easy fix. You don't want to replace these. If they slam together in the middle of your trip, it's not gonna be fun, right? Storage, your shower. You do have an on and off function right here. See it?
So it's not just turning on.
So here we go. Here's the rundown. If you are on city water, that button doesn't exist. Enjoy your time. If you are in the middle of nowhere and you're pulling from your fresh tank, that is just for you to conserve water.
No, on.
Exactly.
So you have to do the knobs.
Yeah. But for you, right here. So as you saw, we don't have your hot water on right now. It is now on. Keep watching that as well. So right now the temperature is running up. That is going to tell you the temperature in the lines. Once it's around 116, 115, it will start to feel warm. Do you feel any heat? There you go. So we just turned on your hot water and it is already there. Mind you, it'll say right under its little, like if it's powered, if there's Fahrenheit or Celsius, the flame. All right. As soon as you turn that on, give it a second to run into, it'll turn on the flame. That's saying that, hey, you have propane. If you don't have your propane on or you're out, it'll say an error code to let you know, hey, we have an issue here. So, for that temperature, you see it's set to 124. You can change that. I suggest you change that. when you're in there taking a hot shower, you're gonna be like, oh, that's too hot, change it to cold. It's not gonna work. That temperature is your temperature setting. 95 degrees is hot tub heat. Set it to that, have a great shower, all right? But it won't try and get that like happy medium with
Okay.
cold water.
Okay.
So just set your temperature that you want,
Okay.
and it'll be set from there.
So
Okay.
I guess I'm a little confused. Why doesn't the cold modify that?
So the cold,
Like, aren't you really mixing it in there?
no, because this temperature is trying to get to that temp. It's trying to output that temperature completely. So it'll get cold for a little bit, but it'll be like, hey, back to heat. You know what I mean?
But could you just run the cold if you wanted to in there?
I mean, yeah. It's just not going. I would just turn that off. If you're just running cold water, go for it. But it's gonna keep trying to heat up to that temperature unless you change the temperature.
Okay.
That happy medium, it's a great system, but that in between is just not good. That's why they have that temperature setting directly next to the bathroom. So you can be like, it's too hot for me. Alright? So, for your toilet,
Oh, this thing here.
just like that.
So there's a fan on that?
Yep.
And the button's up there.
Yep.
Okay.
You see it?
Obviously you want to run that if you're taking a shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
That steam will get there. So, for your toilet, pardon, you see that little lever on the side? They say around halfway down is to fill the bowl, and then all the way down is to dump it. It's a little iffy sometimes. Sometimes it is a little press and you'll fill the bowl. It's just wherever you put it. So, around halfway down for this one, all the way is to flush it. A little trick, you always want water on that ring. It's rubber, you always want to make sure it is moist. Yeah, exactly. A good trick for you guys. I'm gonna tell you how to do everything on the outside, and I'm gonna give you that trick for later when we get to it. But it'll make a lot more sense when we get out there. It's called the ice trick. Just remember. Remember I said that,
Ice
right?
trick. Got it.
And how, if you're filling the bowl up,
Mhm.
how high do you want the water to be in there?
That's up to you, man.
Got it. Okay. So that's, and this light, is this a motion
Motion
sensor?
sensor, yeah.
Okay. Are they all or just this one in here?
Some of them are. This
Okay.
one is. I think all of the tiny lights are. You see that little
Yeah.
white circle that you can actually see?
That
That is
tells
the
you that it
motion
is.
sensor light, or motion sensor.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to